All right. So we are live and here to do some questions and answers for everybody. As everybody starts getting in here, sorry, we're a couple minutes late because I always blame these things on Mercury in retrograde, right? But
Right.
yeah, time just keeps going. So we are live and here and I get to mute that. Answers for everybody. As everybody starts getting in here, sorry. One of those little pop-up things came right up and blocked the thing that I needed to mute that. Speaking of Mercury in retrograde, we're going to have some fun though. So hopefully we'll get some people in here joining us. I'm going to watch that. I have that on this, my second screen, so I can see it, even though Judy cannot. Judy, tell us what's been going on. We've been talking about energy and stuff going on, just pretty intense. So what do you want?
Absolutely. Certainly with me, it goes back to the last surprise workshop that you did with Daniel, which I think was around about the 12th of April. And there was also some major planetary alignment and so on. That was unbelievably pivotal in shifting lots of stuff
and a lot of energy. People. Could you guys hear the cats attacking each other in the back? Okay, yeah, keep going.
Yes, so it's been a very, very interesting time. It's been a very volatile time. Lots and lots of things coming up. A lot of fluctuation between, say, a 3D perspective and a 5D perspective. So 1 minute you can be looking at a scenario that's occurred from you from a 5D, and then you go back down into the 3D. And it's been a very, very interesting time.
Yeah.
Really fascinating.
What about symptoms? Have people been reporting symptoms to you?
Yes, there's been the most common symptom has been clearing out the lungs and having discomfort up the spine. So the lungs, of course, pertain to grief and also pertain to restriction and constriction in life, which is pretty interesting given the circumstances of the last couple of years. And so it's as if the people are purging that out now in order to free them up to move ahead. So it's quite fascinating. And just within my own family, I've been looking at the grief side of things. And that has been very interesting to actually see that coming out and being let go too. So yeah, fascinating times.
So much. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We've had so many energy things, and I know in some of the Daniel channels, he's saying, buckle up, the energy's coming in. Well, people all over social media keep posting the Schumann resonance is just spiking. And I shared that one day. If you guys follow me on Facebook, you know, there's just so much energy coming in, and a lot of people are experiencing headaches and that sort of thing as well. But yeah, the same thing, like the symptoms of the chest and the sinuses and the purging and all of those things. So I want to do a special shout out real quick for Mandy. Mandy has shared my posts today on her Facebook, and I appreciate that. And if she shared it elsewhere, I didn't see it, but thank you, Mandy, because all the sharing is so helpful, you guys. To keep these pages going, it takes a lot of time. And so I appreciate it when you guys are helping me out and sharing. And I want to shout out to Blake. He's over here in the live chat as well. And he has been really connecting with me and helping me out with the in-person workshop that's coming up. So I'll talk about those all in a minute, but I just want to say thank you to all of you guys that are showing up live, and a special shout out to Blake and Mandy. Okay, so go ahead. Yeah, the energies. We've got so many things, so many changes coming. And I know you and I have talked a lot about the changes that we're experiencing and the triggers. You know, you guys, if you think that being, you know, in this whole thing of I'm going to be a way shower, I'm going to be some spiritual person. Well, guess what? I swear the bigger the bat gets, right? It's like, anyway, so definitely been going through our ups and downs with this energy as well. And, we're all here to support each other and get each other through it. So just know that you guys are very loved. And, that's the best thing that we can do for each other, is just see each other through those things. And if you have family members going through some stuff, and I think there is a family question on our sheet, isn't there? We're going to, if not, I'm going to address that, your family is going through this too. And think of it this way, you got the guidebook on how to get through it. They don't, if your family's like mine, they're not on board. I was asking the kids today, because Roger, who is probably maybe not going to get to join us live, but a very big support and a huge part of the energy of this channel, has offered to do some really beautiful power code work, but he needed permission. So I went through my house and I said, okay, boys, I've got somebody that's going to send us these power codes and pray over the house for us and do these things. And I'm not going to do what he does justice by saying it. But it was so funny because my oldest one, Josh, he's like, yeah, that's fine. I don't have to believe in what he's doing to appreciate that this is something that he does, blah, blah, blah. And he went on, and I'm just like, so just because I raised them with this kind of background doesn't mean that they're jumping on board and following it. So when they get these waves of energy, it hits them differently. They're in a different space. They're in a different vibration and frequency, as they are meant to be, and there's no judgments with it. There's nothing. It's just that is the path that they are on right now, the frequency they're in right now. This is where I'm at right now. Same with family, extended family, and all the friends and extended people. And it's what's fun for me is to see, we're going through a growth spurt. There's no doubt about it. We're going through a growth spurt. You guys are on board with us with this growth spurt. We're all doing it together. And it's kind of interesting if you're watching it. What's starting to change? What direction are we going? Where's your attention wanting to go now? What's happening as you're getting towards hopefully the end of this growth spurt? What are you doing now that you weren't doing, say, at the beginning of this 2 months ago or whatever? And where are your interests lying now? What directions are you going? Where you feel pulled to? So have you noticed any changes with that?
Yes, I have. And that is the change for me personally, is giving more of my time to be of service to others. So that's been quite significant.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Where are you at with attachments, expectations, that kind of a thing? Like relationships, work, all of it, just in all areas of life, I am very much in the mode of, this is your journey, and not being judgmental in any way, shape or form. This is your journey. I've got mine, you've got yours. So it's having that compassion for others. You'd like to help them, you'd like to say things, exactly what you were just saying, Tracy, that it's really, really, really being pounded in that everybody has their own journey, and we need to recognize that. We can't control other people. We can't tell them what to do. We can only give them the space for them to experience what they need to experience, because their journey is completely different and unique. Yeah. And it's not always easy to do that. For me, for me, it's one of my children that, I feel like there's distance between us right now, and wanting to reconnect that. My attachment to wanting to reconnect that, my expectations of what that could mean and where it's going and all of that stuff. And you guys know me, I'm an open book. I'm going to tell you my stories. And, so for me, I've been on that journey of letting go of the attachment of, Mother's Day went by. He didn't recognize me on Mother's Day, and that was hurtful. And so a lot of things that have been coming in to show me where I still hold this attachment and this expectation and this conditional love, so to speak, of I love him unconditionally, but there is there is that expectation that because I love you, you're going to acknowledge me, right? And so, gosh, this growth spurt is so big, and yet it feels like I am in the trenches and I see it. I can, we've talked about it, and here it is right there. Oh, now I get it right there in my face. I was asking Judy about that earlier. What's right in my face that I'm not seeing? There it is right there in my face. I get the answers. And, but, I have to acknowledge that there's emotions attached to this. I can see it. I understand it logically, but there's still some emotional stuff that is coming through. You guys, you never get to experience my cats, and all of a sudden the cats are like so active today. So welcome to the Lyran Council that's coming on board.
Well, that's very interesting. It's going to tie in with a question today.
Woo, love that. Okay, let's say hi to the live audience. I love that you guys are all here. We got Juliet, Mandy, Bonnie, Sharon, Daniel. We got Remzo, Blake, Varel, Randy. That's where we start getting into people posting more than once. Amy, Ollie, and I think we got it. Yeah, and I heard cats. Yep. I love the way that they give us little clues. I really feel like the Lyran Council is going to come through today. That's going to be fun to bring them in. And we got a lot of questions. You guys were posting your questions on the other videos, and we have a fun surprise somewhere in the middle of all of this. Before we get Daniel, I do want to say two things coming up. If you are interested in a live channeling and light language course, I'm doing that in July. July 22nd, 23rd, 24th. It is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Salem, Oregon. The information for that one will be down below when I get a chance to put it on there when this video is done, or go to my website, tracymayhem.com. You'll find it under the Channeling and Light Language Workshop tab. Woo! Secondly, for May 29th, we are I am looking at doing a re-emergence workshop with Daniel. That's going to be one of the 90-minute workshops, and that information will also get linked down below. What better workshop for coming out of this, right? We all feel like we're being burned to the ground, and we'll be rising up from those ashes and re-emerging into this beautiful world, looking at it yet again from another perspective. So that one's going to be geared towards, I believe, shedding some ego stuff, and like I was saying, the attachments, the expectations, where are we at with ourselves and what's going on with us. So we're going to reemerge out of the ashes. Do you have anything coming up that you would like to share, Judy?
Just not at the moment, no. I'm working on a few things. It's a very busy time coming up.
Yeah. I can't believe we're already in May. Not just May, but like we're already a third of the way through it. I
know. It's just vanishing very quickly.
Yeah. And Judy and I logged on and we're talking. We got on 15 minutes early, and we're talking, and I felt like we barely even got to say hi. And I looked down and it's like, oh, we got to go live.
Yep. So time is sped up today.
It's doing its thing. So I'm going to take a drink of water. I'm going to get Daniel. Are we all ready?
I'm ready.
All right. For the live audience, are you ready? No. Are you guys ready? Hello, Flipside, or Margaret, whichever way you like to have that. Okay, so making sure I don't have anything in here. Let's go get Daniel, see what he has to say, and get the questions rolling. So that'll be fun. You know what? I said, let's get Daniel, and the dogs started coming in to join the cats. It's like, we got some good energy going on today. This is going to be fun. And
Always fun.
Yeah, we just got some really good energy coming in. So, okay, let me go get them. I'm getting distracted with people posting in here, hi, and all of that. Hi, you guys. So, all right. I'm being reminded that I saw a beautiful rainbow. Actually, Josh is the one that saw the rainbow, which is really funny because my oldest son, he is colorblind. And so he goes, oh, I think that's a rainbow. I see, he could see two of the colors. So I tried taking a picture of it. I said, does it help if I take a picture of it? He's like, Mom, why would that help? So yeah, anyways, beautiful rainbows. So the rainbow colors are showing this to me because they want to remind us, for those of you who took the DNA upgrade, if you have not listened to it 5 times, guess what? They're reminding you to finish listening to that because you have some more pillars of light that are ready to come in. That just kind of goosebumps me. Judy, did you finish your 5?
No, I've only done 3. So
I tell you what, I've been playing I played mine at night as I was going to sleep because I knew I wasn't going to clear what I was working through physically until I got through my 5. So I just play it that way. And if you guys are like, well, when am I going to have 90 minutes to just play that thing? Play it at night when you're going to sleep. It's still getting into that subconscious mind. So that's my cheat note for all of you who are still listening. But yeah, seeing the rainbow reminded me, hey, we got those pillars of light to anchor in. So very good. Okay. Now my nose is tickling. So they're here is what that's supposed to mean. So let's get Daniel. We want to remind all of you that you are experiencing, as Judy was even talking about earlier, the multiple timelines. You are acclimating. We have told you before in these different videos that we do, that we have told you before that you are going to start experiencing more than one timeline at a time. You're going to be consciously aware of more than one timeline at a time. And this awareness is going to serve you well. You are going to be able to look at and see and have foresight of, ooh, which is the better decision, if I do this or if I do this. And you're going to heighten your intuition around that. You're going to bring in a lot of information that is going to be part of a bigger expansion for you as you start to acclimate to understanding at least 2 or more of your timelines at a time. You're going to be able to really structure and create and move into the highest and best timeline for you. And it's going to help you to hone in and intentionally live. Does that sound good to you guys? So
sounds amazing.
We think it sounds amazing as well. And look at Tracy is rubbing her nose like crazy because we have a lineup here of different beings that want to come in and speak today. Yes, the Lyrian Council is part of that. And we have the Syrians are here, the Pleiadians are here, of course, the Arcturians are here. We get front seat, yes, we get to be here first. We get to come in and say hello and celebrate that you are all here. And we want to say that some of you are bringing in the energy of the 7 suns. And so the collective from the 7 suns is here. We get lots of goosebumps with that one. So there might be a big message in this for you guys. So we are going to bring that in a little bit. Judy knows when to bring that in for us. So let's go ahead and start the questions. Let's get that ball rolling and let's get the energy moving. And then we'll get to another message for you. But it's like an intermission, isn't it? Like a little break. So let us do that and go ahead and ask us the first question and we'll get the questions and answers going.
Okay, the first one is from Lindsay, who feels a very strong connection with the Dolphin Collective. And she says that knowing humans to dolphins, the interaction is somewhat limited at this time, asks, will dolphins play a larger part in the healing of the collective as we move further into the ascension process?
The dolphins are here to hold the frequencies in the water. So when you say, well, they hold a bigger influence in the healing of people, of course they do, but maybe not in the way that you think they will. Not so much in the interaction with humans on a dolphin to human basis, but they hold the frequencies. The healing waters are coming back, and the dolphins are here to hold the frequencies of the healing waters. So when you swim in that water, when you drink the water, when you cook with the water, when you bathe in the water, it has the frequencies and the vibratory information that the dolphins are holding and keeping alive in the water. They are downloading codes and frequencies constantly. They are such beautiful and amazing beings. And when you want to think about different dimensions, this is another way to think about these dimensions. You see the dolphins in a certain way. You see them in the water playing and in their pods of family pods and all of the good things and the interactions. But to fully understand the dolphin is to merge with the dolphin. And so for those of you who would love to have a better experience with that, and Lindsay would be one of those, and we're sure she's already done this, but sit in your meditation and connect with the energy of the dolphins and ask to experience that energy and move into that energy with them. Let them show you. And again, what we want to say to you is sometimes when you set intentions like that, oh, I want to be a dolphin. And then you experience the dolphin the way that you think the dolphin is being experienced, right? And what do you think the dolphin is going through? So we invite you to stay very open to what is the true experience of being in this dolphin energy. So no preconceived ideas going before you to create, because what happens is you are the creator. So you are going to create the experience that you expect to have. Yeah, see, even Latte agrees with that. You're going to experience the experience that you expect to have. So there we go again, letting go of those expectations, letting go of what it is you think is going to happen. Sit in meditation, open yourself up to be in the full experience of that dolphin energy. And what is it? How does the dolphin communicate? What does it feel like when they swim? What are they experiencing when they jump out of the water and do their fun little twirls, and when they're in their family units? What is that like? What is the energy between dolphins and their families? And just really ask a lot of questions and be in that experience as if you go into it without the preconceived ideas of what those answers might be. And what is our next question?
That was a beautiful response.
Thank you.
Absolutely
beautiful, right? This is easy to respond beautifully when it's the dolphins.
Absolutely. The next question comes from Penny, and it's in relation to the surprise workshop that you did a few weeks ago. And ever since then, she's connected with a very tall being wearing maroon robes that have gold trim and cat-like features on that being, and in a new temple. She wonders who that may be, and is there a message for her?
Now we see why you made your comment about, oh, that's going to tie into a question.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we know the cat-like beings, they are from that Lyran Council. They are part of this one in particular. We're asking permission to speak to it, Penny. Hold on just one moment. Okay, so as we are looking at this energy, we are seeing that this one is coming in to bring you the guidance that you have been asking for, you have been wanting, and wanting to accelerate. That is the word we want to use. You want to accelerate. You want to move into something more expansive than where you have been. And you are more than ready to do it. You are more than ready to step into that role. And this beautiful being is going to be helping you to do that with a great and intense amount of love. They come to you with a beautiful energy of love, and they want to move that through you as well. Tracy wore a t-shirt today. Actually, she has it on. It is right here. And it says, "Only love heals." And Penny, you heal this world with your love. You are healing this world one child at a time, one parent at a time, as you bring in absolute beautiful miracles within their families. You help them, you guide them, you help them grow, you help them see other ways. And this beautiful being is helping you to know intuitively what is the best right action to take with the students that you work with, and with the beautiful energies of the parents who are just seeking the best help they can find for their families. And you bring that and you bring it to the table and you share it and you do the best you can. And we know sometimes you wish you could do more. And we say to you, don't worry about it. Remember, for the wisdom of Judy today, remember that each individual has their own journey. You've been introduced to them as part of their journey, and you can offer them guidance and some solutions and some beautiful techniques that you have learned and developed and grown within yourself. And you can send them home with that, but you cannot be attached to the outcome of that. You cannot be attached to doing more for them. You are doing everything that they are ready to receive at this time. And you need to remember that. And there's a lot of you listening that need to remember that. When you are working with another person, when you have a modality that you are sharing it at the level that they can receive it. You are sharing, you might be sharing this much information and they might be able to receive that much. And you just step back and say, it's all in divine timing. They have the information. It's all right there. It's in their frequencies. It's been set into their path. And they get to choose whether or not they're going to continue to open up to it or not. And that is their journey. And nobody gets lost and nobody's left behind and nobody is left out. Everybody makes it. Sorry to spoil that for you. Everybody's going to make it. Everybody's going to be just fine. And everything works out okay. It's going to be okay. So do the part that you came to do. Be the part that you came to be. Step into your power. Share what you know. And know that there is nothing else that you need to do. You did not come in short anywhere. You gave exactly the amount of information you were supposed to give with the exact amount of time to do it. Anyways, we hope that answers that question. And yes, that is a being from Lyra. And we know the next question out of everyone's mouth is always, does it have a name? We want to tell you it has a signature, and we're going to always stay with that. The beings that come in from those benevolent high vibrational realms, they come in with a signature vibration, and you recognize them through that. If you want to name them, you can, because we understand that helps you to identify. It is your culture to do that, and we want you to honor that and go ahead and give your guides, your angels, your benevolent counterparts, your star seed families. If it helps you to have a name for them, then have a name for them. And know that that is perfectly okay, and that they do understand and identify that you are calling them when you give them a name and then you use that name to bring them in. They get it. They understand. They're intelligent beings. They can figure it out, right? And so by all means, all of you, if you have beautiful energies around you, but you don't know what to call them, give them a name. Sometimes they enjoy that. We thought it was funny when we came up with Daniel for Tracy. So when you want a name, get a name and have some fun with that. And don't put too much energy into thinking you're doing it wrong. Am I coming up short? Any of that. That needs to be dissolved within everyone. It is impossible to do it wrong. Say it with me. It is impossible to do it wrong. Mm-hmm. And so when you give yourself permission to always be right, isn't that fun? And guess what? Everyone else is always right too. So it is not about being right or wrong. You are always right, and so are they. Now you just got to find the compromise with that, right? All right. What is our next question?
The next question is from Ascending Aquarius. And she wants to know, is she doing something that she is unaware of that's keeping her gifts from progressing and coming in stronger? And what color is her aura?
But that's going to be a fun one, isn't it? Is she doing something she's unaware of to block her gifts? Is that the question?
Yes. It's just she's not progressing as fast as what she thinks she should be.
Well, the first thing we wanted to say is when you ask questions like that, it shows you where your blocks are. You believe that there's a block. And so what we want to say to all of you, when you believe that there is a block, then there is. And so let's go into it right now, each and every one of you. If you are in a safe place to close your eyes, close your eyes. Aquarius, close your eyes. We know who you are, so we say to you, you are absolutely phenomenal. You're an extraordinary, beautiful being. And of course, you are also part of the Lyran Council. And you know this to be true. You already have that information. So when you close your eyes, all of you, we want you to just scan the body from head to toe. Where does the energy stop for you when you imagine yourself starting at the top and moving your way down? The energy will stop for you. Some of you, it's the throat chakra. We just see that right now. A little bit in the heart chakra. There's a little bit of the audience in the heart chakra, but we get it mostly in that solar plexus, the power chakra, the doubt, the fear, the what if I get it wrong? We have a theme today. We got the Lyrans and what if I get it wrong? So we want to say, stop with that doubt. Stop with the fear. What if you get it right? What if you help somebody today with the thing that you needed to say? What if you trusted what came in for you to say and you said it and it changed someone's life for the better? What if you gave them insight that helped them make a better decision, that put them on a trajectory that was going to give them a better life for the rest of their life? Oh, we get chills with that. Somebody is holding back information that could change another person's life. Now, why would you hold on to that? We know why. Because you're afraid. You're afraid that what if I tell this person this thing and then it doesn't work out? It isn't what I thought it was going to be. It doesn't turn out the way I thought. Well, guess what? You have no responsibility to that. You approach the person that you want to speak to, or if you are doing a modality where you are one-on-one with somebody or in a group or whatever it is, if you do not tell them, hey, you all have your own discernment. We get on here, we talk to you, you all are listening to us. Right now, you're listening to us answer your questions. If you are not doing that with discernment, if you are not saying that doesn't fit for me, oh, but that piece does, and figuring out what's right and wrong for yourself, then you are giving us too much of your power. You are handing over way too much of your power. So get in alignment. Talk to the people that you are speaking to. Say, I'm going to tell you something and you get to decide if it feels right or wrong for you. Use discernment because, of course, all information coming from any individual is influenced by their belief system and by their intentions and by what they want for you, right? And so all of you are beautiful, kind, loving, amazing souls that want to help, that want to evolve, that have the strong desire to be doing the right thing at the right time and being guided into the right places. And we say to you, just use your discernment. You got to learn how to use your intuition. You've got to learn how to speak your truth and share your truth. And in doing that, you are teaching others to do the same. And just as we have just told you, if you are taking everything we say word for word as the gospel, right? Then you need to step back and look at that. Where are you giving away your power? It is good to get the information and then you run it through your filters and you take the parts that feel right for you and you do the things that feel right for you. And that is all that we can ask of you at this time. That's all we want from you at this time. We will share and share and share, but you have a personal responsibility to only take what is good for you. Now, as we talk to Aquarius, you have something going on right there in that solar plexus. The rest of you, your third eye is bright. You work with your dragons. We keep seeing this. We see a bird that we don't know how to identify it. Other than something that is prehistoric, but really we don't even think it is of this earth. And you are working with this beautiful, majestic, flying being, very intelligent being. It is black in color, but it is, to look at it is to be in awe and to enjoy its energy, because it sees through the darkness, not sees in the night, sees through the darkness. And so you have a gift there. to look beyond the troubled person, look beyond the damage, look beyond the destructive behaviors, and you see the light within them, and you work from there. And you have a beautiful gift to do that. Many of you actually do, but we're focusing right now on Aquarius with this message that there is nothing to be afraid of. You are a beautiful being of light, and you are very protected, very, very, very protected. And we see your husband as being, we see him all of a sudden, and he is dressed in this beautiful armor of sorts, like your guardian. He is here to be your guardian, your protector, much like Archangel Michael. He is here to make sure that your light is protected. And so know that you are guarded, surrounded, protected from these energies that you, and we want to say this very carefully, because if you believe that there is something out there that is going to disrupt you, energies that are of lower frequencies that could be coming in to disrupt your energy, then there can be, okay? Your belief is creating. And so we never want to downplay anybody that is worried about lower frequencies interrupting their frequency, because if you believe it can, then it can. And you can't just shut that switch off, right? We don't want to make that sound like that is a bad thing. Oh, I believe in that. Darn it, I'm doing it wrong. No, you're not. You need to have that experience so that you can grow. And that is why it is there. So it is not a judgment right now. We're explaining that when you rise up out of that, when you finally move out of the density of fear-based energies, and that's what it's teaching you to do, then you'll drop that fear of needing to be protected and needing to be out of these energies, and that there's anything stopping you. And so that is what we're getting at. And that is a message for the collective. That is a big message for the collective. If you are experiencing any of those fear-based energies, go into it, look at why, face those fears, and you'll move out of that. And when you move out of that, then you won't have that fear anymore. And then there's no longer a magnetic or law of attraction, right? You are a magnetic draw to the frequencies that you're putting out. When you are out of those frequencies, you no longer attract it. It's like it just falls away. And now you're in this beautiful bubble of light and you are enjoying life. Now, if anybody were in that place right now, we would not be having that conversation. So if you think you're not part of that, we might want to ask you, why do you think you're not part of that? There's something there for you to look at. Even Tracy and Judy and, you know, those who have been practicing and doing these things and doing their healing work and doing their journeys. Tracy just shared an experience about feeling left out and sorrowful and all of that. Do you think that's not fear-based energy? So everybody is working through something. And so we say to you, when you evolve out of that, then you don't need that warrior protection. You don't need your dragons to be your protectors. Those now will just be these beautiful flowing relationships, which they already are, but they don't need to have an assignment or have their guard up to keep you protected. But if there is any time that there is a lower frequency that's going on, then of course they are there to help and shield you, because they know on those higher levels that when you dip into the lower frequencies and you experience the sadnesses, the loneliness, the depressions, the fear-based energies, the lack of abundance, and all of those things, that you attract the lower frequencies in as a match. And so they're here to help you raise up out of that. And now we know that we've talked on and on and on, but we hope that that was helpful for some of you to really get the idea of, oh, that's right, I am a magnet and I'm attracting to me the belief systems. And as I rise up out of it, I no longer attract those things. I no longer attract lack and rejection and burden and sorrow and disappointment and so on and so on. All right.
Wonderful.
And we want to make sure we have time for more. So let's move on to the next thing. Yes.
Okay, Danielle asks, are solar flares enhancing our soul energy? And also wants to understand more about the goal of being a healer or growing as a healer.
We don't know the context of growing as a healer. As you know, if Daniel is referring to himself growing as a healer, in the sense of, I'm here to heal people. I'm here to do this thing. We need to address that. That's part of what the reemergence will be about. You are not here to do anything. You are here to live. You are here to experience. You are here to share and do it with an open heart. You do not have to walk around with this backpack on your back that says, you came here to do all these things that are in the backpack and you don't get to leave until that's done, right? You are not here to carry a burden like that. And so, yes, the solar flares are here the energies are here to enhance the things that are meant to surface for you to work on your healing. And in that sense, the growth of being the healer for self is exactly what it is to evolve you into the fifth dimension, or what you consider to be the fifth dimension, whatever that is in your mind, whatever it is you are creating for your fifth dimension, new earth reality. These energies, the solar flares, the eclipses, the full moons, the new moons, it never ends, does it? There's always a flux of energy coming in somewhere where you are becoming more and more aware. And as you are having sleepless nights and your minds are going and wheeling and you have endless energy and you're doing all of these things, or you're sleeping like a baby because the energy is so strong, whatever your reaction is to it, what's happening is it is unearthing in each and every human the things they need to look at. Oh man, I went down this rabbit hole and I got caught up in this thing and I forgot it's all an illusion, and I need to step back and look at it from a different perspective, that this has all been designed to teach me something. And I got emotionally attached to that and went into this darkness with it. And now I'm emerging and I'm starting to see myself. I'm starting to see the truth of the matter, and I'm starting to understand it. And I'm starting to also remember that everybody is responding from their filters, from their place, from where they are, from the things they're experiencing and what they're going through. All of it, very much. There's so much energy going on, and there's so many things coming in, and so many things for you to experience and everybody around you to experience. And so, yes, the solar flares are enhancing that. It's like you changed out your 30-watt bulb for a 100-watt bulb. You're going to see a little more, aren't you? And the shadows are disappearing, but you're going to see more, and those shadows are going to become more prevalent to you, and they're going to start coming out, and you're going to be working with them. Your 100-watt bulb is going to help you do that. So you're going to transmute and move through things quicker than you would have without the solar flares. They would have still surfaced. It would have taken you longer to get through them. The solar flares are here to push them to the surface faster, more intense. It is intense, and Judy might agree. It's all very intense, but then when you get the aha moment, it's gone. And so just as it came in very fast, it can also leave very fast, depending on if you're doing your work. Would you agree with that, Judy?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just instantly gone.
Yes. So take off the backpack that you're here to heal the world, for all of you that feel like that's part of your purpose here. You might get to participate. No, we're not going to say it that way. You are participating in healing the world. You are here. So you are healing the world. But take off this burden of, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do it? And get real and truthful with yourself, that you're not here because you have to do this, or I have to work on this. I have to develop this. We're taking those words out. And we want you all to realize you get to do this, you get to do that, you get to do this. Oh, it feels better already. Somebody really shifted with that. It may not have been Daniel in that, but somebody needs to hear these things. Anyways, you are here because you get to do those things. You don't have to if you choose to. So get in your truth. You want to do those things. Those things excite you. If they don't, then don't do them. You don't have to. If going to the local swimming pool and swimming all day is the thing that excites you, go do that. If working in a healing center and doing your Reiki or your other modalities or whatever it is that is your gift that you bring to the world excites you, then do that. There is no have to, and that's where we want you all to just undo that chain that you have to this idea that you have to do anything. You came here to be big and bright and beautiful and wonderful and loving and kind and compassionate. And that is what you are doing. And you don't even have to do that, but you get to. You get to be that, and you get to evolve, and it feels good when you're that. And so you're in the feel good energy. And when you're in the feel good energy, that's when you're rising, and you're bringing up with you the planet and everyone around you, and you are interacting and sharing, and the codes are being tossed around, their codes, your codes, everybody sharing codes. That could be a song. And you just start feeling better. And that's what we want you to do. So is the solar flares clearing the path for you to be in that energy? Absolutely, because you're clearing the things that need to heal. And as a healer, you are healing. And when you heal it within yourself, you are healing it for the collective. So what better way to do it than to work on self first? Because when you clear it in yourself, it is no longer going to be a mirror of your reality outside of yourself. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Awesome.
Such a wonderful, wonderful answer. You're really
we pay her to say that. That is right. Yes. She doesn't know it yet because she's like, where? That's not in my checking account. What is our next question?
Okay, the next one is from Jordan, who writes, I often find myself channeling different forms of galactic and soul languages. How do I know which is which?
Galactic and soul languages. Okay, we're going to have you read that again. But first we want to say, Daniel, you are a beautiful soul expansion. And there are many people that are waiting to hear what you have to say. But again, it is your choice on whether or not to use your voice to say it. Just being in your energy is enough. But if you want to do more, please know that you are supported and loved and welcome to do it. We know we had to say that. It made us not hear your question from Jordan because we got pulled back into that. They're saying not enough information yet. Got to say one more thing. Okay, now read Jordan again.
Jordan's right. I often find myself channeling different forms of galactic and soul languages. How do I know which is which?
We really want to be goofy in this answer and say, what does it matter? But Jordan, that is so interesting, Jordan, because you are connected to many threads of light. And what happens is, now when you channel, and this is for everyone to hear, when you channel, that you channel in a way that is personal to you. Let us get that straight right now. When Tracy speaks light language, that light language is original to her. It is not like, oh, 100,000 people on the planet all speak this light language. No, there might be dialects of it and sounds and pitches of it that are familiar. And you might be able to say, oh, the clicky one, that is the mantis wings. Oh, the really soft and feminine one, that is the Lyrian council. She might be able to do that, and you might be able to decipher it as well when you're listening. But what we want to say is that channeling and light language is a very personal signature of you. That felt good.
Very did feel good.
Yes. And it is like your soul song. And wow. Right now, as we channel through Tracy, it always reflects a piece of her in it. You guys all see it. Her personality comes through with us as we merge into her soul song and come through and talk to you. And we merge our songs. We merge our energies. We merge our frequencies. And in that blend, that beautiful blend of the energies comes through this message, comes through this insight, and this ability to share. And so you are channeling in a soul signature to yourself and your soul song as you merge it with other soul songs, other star beings. And so sometimes, Jordan, what you get is you get 7 different beings in one signature. That's powerful, right? And did you all know that there's 9 beings speaking to you outside of Tracy? She makes number 10. There are 10 of us speaking to you right now. You hear one voice, but there's 10 signatures behind that voice. We understand why Dolores Cannon says convoluted universe, right? Wrap your minds around the ideas of that. and get into the beautiful soul signatures. You're bringing in more than one council. That's why you have that question, because you're trying to understand it. Why is it coming through this way? So we hope we are validating for you that yes, you are bringing in more than one signature at a time when you channel, when you write, when you paint, when you sing, when you dance, when you're doing the thing that gets you into the energy of these benevolent, beautiful counterparts. You can isolate and ask for one. You can do whatever you want, and you can set the intention of who's going to come through. So that is something that you get to play with, Jordan. And like we said, everyone does it a little bit different. It can be taught, it can be enhanced within you through these courses, through things that you find to watch and listen to. It opens your mind. It is fun to watch a lot of different videos and see how everybody does it a little differently. And then as you're watching that, you're resonating with some of it, not others. And then you form your signature. You're like, I like what that person does, and that person does, and that person does. And I want mine to look like a mishmash of these three things. And you create your own thing. It's fun. Go out and have fun with it. Everybody's in the wanting. Get out of the wanting and start getting in the doing. And you'll find yourselves getting out of your own way and celebrating and having a lot of fun with these energies. Okay, let's ask the next question.
Right, the next question is very interesting. As I was using the pendulum to select the order of the questions, when I got to number 6, it was completely blank. So therefore, I'm going to ask you to scan the audience for a question.
Actually, what we are seeing, we have never seen this before. We are seeing the beautiful audience live and otherwise. It doesn't matter when you are watching this, you are part of this energy. And we are seeing the beautiful council of the Siren star seeds standing around each and every one of you. You are all here on a very special day. A very special day indeed, where there are many councils that are here assisting and moving you through a very intense time. You are in awakening, a piece of your awakening that is very significant to you. We are here to help. We are here to bring you through. We are here to guide you, to bring in that inner compass. That's what we want to say. The inner compass is coming in with you. The starlight is coming down through the crown chakra. It's lighting up your third eye, and it is moving through the chakra systems. It is moving out all of these discrepancies that you have been working with. So invite us to come in and work with you. If you do, please always, this is Tracy, please always put the gatekeeper in place, but invite us in the highest vibration, in the highest form, what you are ready for at this time. You are merging with many things right now. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for coming. What a beautiful time it is. You're going to see a shift. Not just a shift within yourselves, but a shift in the world, because as you shift within yourselves, your world will change. When everyone starts to understand that that is exactly what is happening in order to create this world that you desire, you must change the way that you look at the world, and then the world changes. Change it, change it, change it. You change it, changes. You change it, changes. You like how we repeat, repeat, repeat. So you have not heard that phrase before. Change the way you think, and the thing you think about changes, right? And so that is what we are saying here. You are developing, sorry, we've got another communication that wants to come in. We want to finish first. So we're asking them, give us a moment. You are here connecting to things that people could not have ever fathomed connecting to 50 years ago, even 30 years ago, 20 years ago. And you are here because you have the gifts, you have the abilities, you have the know-how, you are finding your way. You left enough breadcrumbs, right, to get you right here, right now, so that you could hear this message, so that you could set the intention, so that you could be a part of this extraordinary time where you are bringing in even closer these connections and the wisdom that go with them. Each and every one of you is bringing in a thread of wisdom that you haven't had before. You're having awarenesses that you haven't had before. You are noticing the world in a way that you haven't noticed it before. And yes, you have been going through a shedding, because you are all ready to get rid of those old belief systems, the illusion of pain, the illusion of separateness, the illusion of being left out, the illusion of abuse, the illusion of anger and frustration, and all the things that have been holding you hostage in this place. We are watching you one at a time. You're all just breaking free from those chains. You don't need them anymore. You don't need the fear. You don't need the hurt. You don't need the pain anymore. That has already happened. It is complete. You are done. Offer it up for transmuting. Free yourself. Now, when you do, it is an extraordinary time. And as you keep evolving, as you keep listening in and giving yourselves the opportunities to look beyond that which you already, every time you look bigger, you're like, oh, I broke free from the glass ceiling and I look bigger. And then we say to you, now go bigger. And that will never stop. Keep going bigger, go broader, go brighter, go lighter, go more. There's more. And guess what? When you get there, then there's more. So keep going, always opening, inviting that which you do not know to show itself to you in pleasant and beautiful ways, and enjoy it. We are here. We are here. There is a council with each and every one of you, and within that council we have beautiful light star beings. We have counterparts, we have versions of you, we have versions of helpers that are connected to you, we have soul family, we have so much here for you. Never limit it, never limit it. We're even speaking to you from limitations, because we have to work with Tracy's limitations. And so we speak to you through these limitations, trying to break free her limitations to bring in a broader message so that you break through your limitations. And there are no limits, right? There are no limits in creating. There are no limits in your ability to love. There are no limits in your ability to experience. And so why not set the intention to the way you want to experience it all and embrace it? We will let the other collective come in now. Thank you. What we brought in just now, that was the Mantis Collective. That was the Mantis Collective working with your telepathy, working with your ability to expand out into these spaces, to raise those vibrations, as one might say, to add to your channels of communication. What we want to do is we want each of you to imagine that you're bigger than you ever imagined you ever could be. And then what is the answer to that? Then go bigger. Be the colors, the light, the spectrums, the sounds, be the space itself, be the awareness, be the earth, be the trees, be the birds, be the air, be the water, be the ocean that holds all the life forms in the ocean, the plants and the animals in there. Be extraordinary, expansive, be the universe, be beyond the universe, be the planetary systems of all things that ever existed in all time and all space and all dimensions and all realities, be all of it. Be multiple versions of yourself at this time, because you are living multiple versions of yourself in multiple timelines. What is it like to be in multiple timelines at the same time? What is it like to be in the headspace of all of it? What is it like to be? What is it like to be in this place where you can look at everything as it's happening? You can be present, you can set your mind to it, you can see it, you can see all the different versions of it as it comes together and becomes one version of it, and you live out the most extraordinary version of it. And you might even be surprised what that extraordinary version of it is once you become so open that anything is possible. With the belief system that anything is possible, now you bring it together, let go of doubt, fear, judgment, let go of all the things that you've ever learned that it shouldn't be, couldn't be, wouldn't be. There you go. And with that, we will open it up for more questions.
Would very much like to thank the other collectives for joining you with that wonderful, wonderful information. That was beautiful.
Yes. There are many collectives here beyond those that we're even speaking. So if you are connecting to other collectives, know that they are here as well.
Oh, yes, definitely feel them. My room is full at the moment. The next question is from Janice, and she wants to know, is she on the right path for ascension to the fifth dimension? And if not, what must she do to be on the right path?
It almost seems like a silly question after that last transmission, right? Everyone is on that path. What is your fifth dimension, Janice? And just live in that dream. Live in it, absorb it, dance in it, swim in it, right? When you get out of your day-to-day hustle, bustle, and chaos, just find a moment to sit and think and dream and be and absorb the ideas of this beautiful world, that you are creating in this time. It is, you carry a very powerful energy of, this is what Tracy calls the honeycomb, the matrix. You carry a very powerful energy of the matrix, Janice. And what we mean by that is that when you get your energy, whatever your energy is, you are plugging it into the fields of the matrix, and so it is being created. So when you are plugging into the field of the matrix, what do we mean by that? That is the grid that is amplifying the thoughts and energy of the planet. And so it's the 100th monkey, right? You've got the monkey that's washing the potato on this side of the world, and it puts it into the collective energy. And then on the other side of the world, another monkey picks up that idea and starts washing their food. So you are plugging into that matrix. You are plugging into the honeycomb of the planet, and you are feeding it with your energy. So we ask you, are you vibrating where you want to be? And we can hear you saying, well, probably not. And so what we say to you is, it is impossible to vibrate right now. Right now, it's not, oh, what did we say? Anything is possible, right? Anything is possible. So it is going to be possible for you to vibrate continuously at the high vibrations. You are not there yet, is what we want to say. And so as you come into this world and you are bringing in your influences into the collective, as you are bringing that to this world, we have a dog over here that is crying. He's like, I don't feel good. And so we want everyone to send Tracy's dog some energy. He is experiencing something right now that is making him sad or making him uncomfortable. And so if you all want to just send him a little bit of love and just shower him in that and see if that will help him. It already got quiet. Did you hear that? It got quiet real fast. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And we know Tracy's thanking you. She's like, oh, that was very nice. Thank you. So Janice, when you are in this is again, collective energy. Everyone needs to pay attention. You're plugging this into the collective energy. So being of the hive mind, right? Being of the collective mind. When you are in the energy that is energy that you are not enjoying, How can you find a way to move yourself out of that? How do you shift out of that? You need to go find something that is your joy. One of the things that also needs to happen is you need to figure out, why are you in this? Why are you in this energy? So being present with it, being present with that energy. What is it making you feel like? And honor the feelings, honor the frustrations, honor what's being shown to you, because that's what is in alignment for you to heal right now. And so as you are evolving into the fifth dimension, it is very important to acknowledge the days that you are not feeling your best, right? And acknowledge the things that are coming across your path, and acknowledge the way that you are responding to those things. The other day, Tracy's like, I have more tools than this. Why am I feeling this way? I usually know how to clear this energy, but none of it's working. It's because it needed to surface so that she could move to another level of understanding. And so it couldn't be cleared. Why? Because when you clear stuff, you're clearing things in the highest and best good. I want to clear this. I want to send love, light to everyone involved, send forgiveness, send light, send all the goodies. And usually she can identify things and move out of that energy and move it on. But she needed to experience this a little bit longer, because it elevated her to a new understanding of where is this energy coming from? How do I identify why I'm feeling this way? And of course, she does ask herself the questions, where are my attachments? Why am I, this is a tough one, right? And people do it all the time. Where am I manipulating someone else so that they will say or do something that'll make me feel better? Right? And so you're not acknowledging where they are. You're not acknowledging what's happening with them. You're not acknowledging the things that they're going through. You want to know how to make you feel better, right? And so she was doing that. She was in that mode, and she was like, if you just do this, I'll feel better. Will you just do this? I'll feel better. And those answers are obviously could not be answered for her. The thing that she's asking for cannot happen for her, because she's got to get the message that she is using this energy, she is using the manipulation, for lack of a better word. She is putting out there into her outside world something to create another person to say or do something to make her feel better. And she thinks, oh, I'm beyond that now, right? No, I did it. I'm doing that. You're correct. I am creating a reality where I am trying to manipulate a situation to get a result out of it that will make me feel better. Look at your world around you. Look at the things that you are doing. How are you feeding the honeycomb, right? How are you feeding the grids? What is the energy? Get very truthful. You're going to hear us say this a lot in upcoming months. It's time to get very truthful with yourself. What is the intention behind the motive of what you are doing? What is the intention behind staying in the job that you don't like? What is the intention in being in the relationship that offers you nothing? What is the intention with what you are saying or doing to another loved one or family member or co-worker? Are you coming from a place of love, or are you working them towards responding in a way that will make you feel better? And so getting real with yourself, getting truthful with yourself, and really starting to hone in what it is that you want or desire. And do you feel like you can't get what you want or feel the way you want to feel without manipulating another person or a situation or whatever it is in order to get that feeling that you want to feel? Because it all boils down to, what does it make you feel like? You want the mansion, you want the fancy car, you want the bank account full of money. Why? So that you feel better. And so as you start to evolve your mind into understanding why you have the desire for the things or the responses or the I love yous or the whatever it is that you are sending out and hoping for something to come back in a certain way, you want it because you want to feel better. Now, the big, beautiful flower out of all of that, now you understand that you're really doing all those things because you want to feel good. So now the true source of what you want is to feel good. I want to feel good. I want to feel loved. I want to feel appreciated. I want to feel happy. I want to feel expansive. I want to feel important. I want to feel successful. Those are good things to want to feel. So now just affirm it. I am those things. I am those things that I hope to feel. And I don't need things outside of me to help me feel lovable. I don't need things outside of me to help me feel accepted and kind and important and successful and proud. I don't need those things outside of me to do that. And so I no longer need to manipulate that, because now that I feel it, it naturally is evolving and coming towards me. What a beautiful life lesson, right? And so here again, as you reemerge into the world, you're going to see a lot more of that. And so there is beautiful purpose to everything you are experiencing. That was an extremely long answer to Janice's question, but we hope that everybody was able to benefit from that.
A lot of food for thought there.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. Thank you.
We'll keep them short now. Sorry for the ones that are coming up. We're going to start shortening these because we know we want to get to them and we know we are running low on time.
Okay, the next one is from Aussie Chris, and it's not a question for himself, but it's actually a question on behalf of Tracy, which was a very lovely thought on his behalf. Beautiful. And what he writes was that it was in one of the Metaphysical Hour shows with Tracy and Julia, and Tracy mentioned waking up sometimes and seeing random figures around her bed. She mentioned she was curious who these figures were, but never got an answer.
They were people from other dimensions that she had just got done visiting, and their energy, the energy imprint came with her. And one in particular was the soldier sitting in the wheelchair. She's always wondered, who was the soldier sitting in the wheelchair? This was her grandfather.
Wow.
She's getting a physical reaction. This was her grandfather from one of the other dimensions. And she was visiting with him. And she loves him dearly in that dimension. And so when she came back into this reality and left that one and that experience, she brought that image back with her. She brought that imprint back with her. So when she opened her eyes, she would see him and remember. And she always thought, I feel very fond of this man in this wheelchair, but I have no idea who he is. And he never showed up in anyone's sessions that had come in, and he wasn't any of their loved ones. So who was he? And so thank you so much and so greatly for that information, because she often wonders, who were these images? And she went through a time where she wanted to remember where she traveled. And so she was bringing back the imprints of these travels with her, and people that were important to her came back with her for those glimpses, so that she would have those memories, so that as we keep evolving, as she keeps evolving, she's going to be able to get a bigger picture of those memories and of those people, and be aware, more so aware of those realities and those connections and those loved ones from those times. And so thank you for that question. That was a beautiful thing to do for her.
It certainly was. Thank you, Chris. Okay, the next one is from Mar Gaming Series 9000. And they would like to ask Daniel if they are going to start awakening soon.
What was the name with that one?
Name, the username is Mar Gaming Series 9000.
And they want to know if they're going to be awakening.
Start awakening soon, yes.
We say if you found this video, then yes, you already are there. You are already in it. Ask for the rapid ascension. It's like you're signing up for a membership. Can I get the rapid ascension, please? Okay, and use your tokens, use your good karma points, and get your rapid ascension right here, right now in this video. And yes, you are going to experience, you already have a very innate energy around intuition. Use it more. You don't always trust it. You don't always trust it. And you have some intuitive people around you as well, and there's no way for you to be attracted to all these intuitive people if you were not an energetic match. So there is an awakening, and it feels like you're doing this awakening with a small group of friends that you notice, you'll know who they are. There's certain ones that talk to you more metaphysically than others, and that you will start to evolve. You're also drawn to movies and TV series and all those things that show you things about space, time travel, different dimensions, other planetary systems, different things of that nature. You're drawn to movies like that. That's also an indicator to you that you are in your awakening, that they are working with your belief systems. Your crew, your starseed counterparts are going to work with you where you are at. They meet you where you are at, and they are going to stair step you into more. If your curiosity grows, they're going to offer you more. Go find other videos, and of course we want you to follow here as well, and find other videos, find other avenues, books, different things, movies, however you want to look at it, and move into the energy of opening up to truths coming to you. Truths and the highest and best good come to me now. And see yourself in those moments of truth. See yourself opening up to expand your mind in those ways. And we appreciate that you are in the willingness to ask the question, which means you're in the willingness to expand the mind. So we thank you for that.
Okay, the next one is from Viral. I hope I said that correctly. Who woke up in the middle of the night, saw a human form wearing a diving suit standing in front of his wife. He then raised his arm and gave them a thumbs up, then went back to sleep like nothing happened. His question is, who are they and what are they doing in our bedroom, and why did he see them?
He's connected to some of the inner earth beings. And we think that might have been part of those collectives. He's also connected to Palladians. Very interesting thing to have happen, but not much different than what we talked about with Tracy and seeing things at her bedside. Again, we told everybody you're going to start remembering. And as you keep evolving and growing and being more comfortable with the ideas and the concepts and the collectives that are around you, you set this up. When you returned from your travels, you wanted to remember, you wanted to start waking up and remembering on the conscious level in this third dimension that you have abilities to move to these other places, to interact with these other beings, and that you do that when you're in your sleep state, not in your body. And so you wanted to remember one of your journeys, and that was, you set this up. It's kind of like what we said with Tracy. It was an energy imprint that you brought back with you. Yours was a little bit more solidified than what we were talking about with that. You had a little bit more connection where you were seeing, for lack of better ways of explaining it, a hologram sort of vision of where you just returned from. And you were experiencing, we keep hearing, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. You're just trying to get validation for what you already know it is. So just admit that you're an incredible being with incredible gifts and powers, and that you have amazing connections planetary wise all throughout this universe and other universes. Admit to yourself that you are an extraordinary, expansive, multidimensional soul that is exploring so many things at the same time, including this life that you're in this current moment as a third dimensional human being. So it's time for you to start acknowledging who you are beyond this form that you're in. And as you keep exploring more and more of that, as you keep awakening to it, as you keep surrendering to it is a word that we want to use, surrendering to it and allowing for this knowledge to come in for you without questioning everything, without downplaying it, without doubting and fearing it. It's going to just keep getting bigger and bigger. And of course, you're here too, watching these videos because you're ready to hear it, you're ready to know, you're ready to see, and it's happening for you because you asked for it. And so there it is.
Beautiful. Okay, the next question is from Brandy, who wants to know what she can do to open up the gifts more and to be able to feel all the different energy more strongly.
We want you to know the dog that you all just prayed for just came in and laid down and is now sleeping. Brandy. Brandy, you have a connection with water. You have a connection with Poseidon. You have a connection with the power of healing with the healing waters. You have a connection with using the frequencies and vibrations and the knowledge and the energy and information that is stored in water is at your access. You probably get most of your information when you're in the shower, in the bathtub, in the ocean, when you are around water. And we see, Brandy, we have to make heads or tails of this, right? So we see things and then we have to understand it. What we see is you're dragging, there's this chain wrapped around your waist, and at the other end of the chain is this giant anchor. That part of it is pretty obvious, right? But then it also seems to be made of gold. Seems to be made of gold. So we're trying to figure out, why are we seeing this chain with this anchor that you are dragging behind you made of gold? And so what our interpretation is, and everyone gets to have their own interpretation here, this will be fun. Our interpretation of this is the material world is holding you down. The material world is keeping you in lockdown. It's hindering you breaking free and moving forward with that. So we think you have invited in a healing around your ability to attract abundance, financial abundance, security, safety, feeling comfortable in life. And so we just want you to know, to see yourself being, and here's the fun part. The parts of the chain that come together at your waist, they're coming together at a latch. You can just unlatch it, unhook it, drop it, walk away. So we invite you to do that. We invite you to unlatch that chain and drop it and just walk away and let go of your fear of being taken care of, because you are taken care of, Brandy, and you are so loved. You have a beautiful community around you, both in physical and in spiritual, and just keep seeing yourself being cared for. Here's one of the things we want you to do, Brandy. We don't want you to worry about how. Oh, I need money so I can buy this. I need money so I can buy that. That is the how, right? But the desire is to have this, to have that, to travel here, to move there, to live here. See yourself in that. I am living here. I am driving this car. I am having this experience. I am traveling into these beautiful other places of the world. Whatever the desire is, see it, and don't worry about how. The how shows up because the desire is there. So you don't have to go, when I get money, I would like to do this. Let go of the when I get money part. I want to travel Italy, and I want to see all the beautiful things there are to see. And I want to see the beautiful waters of the Mediterranean. And I want to, see and experience and talk about it as if you have already been there. Whatever it is that you want to do, of course, you're going to end up in Italy and you'll be like, how did I end up here? This isn't what I wanted. No, we want you to think about something that you desire and then just live in that moment like you've already been there, or you've already got the thing, or you've already had the experience, and you share it like that in your own words to yourself. Maybe you sit down, you write it down. What is that experience in your mind? And write it down like you're writing it in your journal. Today I had such a beautiful day. It went like this. I was here. I was there. I had these experiences. This is for everyone, of course. If it resonates, do it. So as you change this, you're going to change some things in your life. You're going to shift your reality, and know that you are worthy. That is a big overcomer for you. You are worthy to have it. It is here for you. Go enjoy it. Be in the bliss of it. Allow it to be part of your experience. Why not? You're here anyway. You might as well just allow for the universe to show you what it can do. And so enjoy that ride. Okay.
Okay. Now this will have to be the last question today, but it's from, and it's a very interesting question. It's from Menthol. And they write, is it possible to feel a certain energy and transfer it into a work of art? There is more to this question, but I'll just start there. To
feel an energy and transfer it into a work of art, absolutely. That is your signature that we talked about earlier. It moves through you and it becomes original to you, and you put it into your art form. So absolutely.
So it's quite possible that artistic people, creative people could be unaware that they're doing so.
Absolutely. When you are in your art and that is your joy and that's your bliss, you are channeling through beautiful things. How do you think some of the stories for these movies get written, right? And so these are experiences that they're referencing, even though they think they're being in their creative minds. These are other worlds. These are other lifetimes that they have experienced. And they're putting it down and creating movies and TV shows. Absolutely. People all the time creating from these other realities and not even understanding where that information is coming from or where the inspiration is coming from. Absolutely.
So what would happen then with the energy of other people that would collaborate, say an editor of a book that's been written with the energy in there? Would they have an effect on that?
We're trying to understand that part of the question. And
as it say a person has written a book and their signature is in that book, but then another person, such as an editor, has to work on that book before it is given out to the public. Does the editor's energy affect what has been placed in that book?
The original intention of the book will always be there.
Beautiful.
The original vibration and frequency that you intended to share will always be there. The editor will have influence, of course, if they are changing the structure of it, but it is not going to change the impact of the message that you meant to send.
Okay. The rest of the question is, I think you've pretty much answered that. So she says, I'm not so sure it's he or she, but it's always been at the core of the artworks that they've produced. So it's a beautiful, beautiful answer.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for all this information today, Daniel. It has been absolutely wonderful, and the other collectives that have come in, it's just been delightful.
We appreciate everybody that has been here with us. We're sorry when we can't get to all the questions, but we know that the questions that were answered have benefit to those who are listening. And take the parts, again, use your discernment, take the parts that meant something for you, and the rest it's okay to leave behind, and use the parts that are helping you to grow and expand and get to the places that you want to get to and get to the understandings that you want to get to. You are all awakening in beautiful ways and in your own extraordinary journeys. And so we thank you again for being here, being a part of our journey, and thank you for letting us be a part of yours. And thank you, Judy, for being here with us today.
Absolute pleasure.
We will bring you back, Tracy, and thank you. We'll see you all next time. Okay,
Bye.
There it is, wiping the eyes. All right, you guys, that was fun. Wow, what a lot of energy coming through.
Oh, it was. Oh, always wonderful information, just amazing. Just everybody benefits from all these questions.
It's I know, I'm sitting there. Well, I'm getting a better idea of the reemergence workshop too, and why that's what the name needs to be, because one of the things I was seeing with the audience when they were talking about emerging from all of that is I was showing Judy the banner before I got started, and it was a whole flock of birds flying, and I wanted the phoenix rising, but it's so much more than that. It's all of us rising. And so it was the flock of birds that got my attention, and I created that. So I hope you guys can join us for that reemergence workshop on the 29th. That information will be posted soon. I have to run after this, so I get to go to a ball game with my sister and some friends. So that's exciting too. And a lot of fun things that are opening up, doors that are opening up, relationships that are opening up, things that are healing, all kinds of things happening for all of us. It's all here for us. And yes, a lot of my stuff got kind of purged today in this show. It's like, oh, my little secrets are out. So, but you guys are all like family to me, and I know that you're all here for me. And the amazing work you just did with my dog is incredible, because I was worried about him when he came in, and that's why they asked you to pray for him, because he was whimpering. and he's old. He's an old dog. He's over 16 years old. And so when he's making certain noises, I'm worried that he's in pain or suffering or something's going on, and I need to be attentive to him. And it dawned on me, I didn't give him his pain meds. And so you guys all saying some prayers over him. He's over here sleeping now. I haven't seen him do that before. And I think he needed to come sit by me and do that so that I could have the evidence of it. You guys are amazing. I love you. You know, it's so cool that he just laid down. I don't know. I can't tell you. He's usually laying on the bed or in my son's room or something. For him to come lay down next to me while I'm working, this is a first. So very cool. And you guys are amazing. Everybody's in the chat room, by the way, Judy, saying thank you and holding gratitude and stuff for all of it. So I appreciate you guys and for holding the energy for us at this time. Our group keeps growing for the live chats. I know that there's a lot of things about social media that I'm not really good at, YouTube that I don't really know how to do, and we're just fumbling through it. So I know there's probably ways to remind you guys that this is coming up or to set this up differently for you. I have asked the universe for help in how to do these things properly so that I'm not frustrating people that they're missing it or something like that if they didn't need to, if it was just a simple reminder that needed to go out and I just don't know how to do it. So forgive me for my inabilities at times, but Judy, thank you so much for always doing these with me. And
oh, it's so much fun. I love it.
Tell people how they can find you for the sessions. And I know you have stuff you offer online and then of course the in-person QHHT. So let's talk about it.
So my website is mylifespurpose.com.au. So that's got everything on there that I do. And then with the QHHT, of course, I'm on QHHTofficial.com, level 3 practitioner. I'm very proud to be that way.
Yeah. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to get there. So we all are proud when we make it to that. And it's a continued thing too. It's the level 3s are definitely put under a lot more scrutiny than the other levels. Yes. We have to renew every couple of years and demonstrate that we are doing these sessions correctly. So level 3 is a big accomplishment, and yeah, we can both pat each other on the back for what it took us to get there. So look Judy up. I'm going to have her information down below as well. And I can't think of anything else other than don't forget the reemergence is going to be coming up. And if you are wanting an in-person channeling in light language, that is going to be in July. So that's on my website as well. And hopefully on the link down below. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Yeah.
I'm putting it out there that I can fly over on the 21st of July.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. That's exactly right.
Oh my God, Judy, if you came out, you're going to have to tell me, and we'll just have to block off, like, I don't know, forever time amounts so we can just go explore and be a lot of fun. And you know what? There's a campground. There's a campsite. This was exciting for me to find out. And if this might be important for some of you to know. I was looking for resources for people like hotels and different things, that people might need, restaurants and hotels in the area if you are coming from out of town. And I saw that there is literally a rock throw away from the healing center. There is a campsite, a campground, RV site. That maybe that's what I want to say, because I don't know. It looked like it was mostly RVs. And it's literally like the back end of the healing center's lot and the back end of this.
Oh, really?
RV site. I was like, I just got an RV. I might have to do it like that. I might have to go stay there. So we'll see what I end up doing. But I thought that was pretty exciting to find out. So if you guys are somebody that wants to travel in for it and driving is an option and you have an RV, there is an RV site next to the healing center. So let me know if you need that information.
That's more than synchronistic.
It was pretty cool. But yeah, anyways, okay, Judy, thank you so much. I'm going to have to jet out of here, you guys, but I love you all. And thank you for being here. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
This is where Tracy gets to figure out how to stop.